to another hot episode this afternoon. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. We hope that you are well and safe and having fun on a Saturday. Ako po si Riza Diaz at kasama ko po ang ating mga ka-chasers. Unahin ko munang ipakilala sa lahat all the way to the far end. We have Jerry Ramos. How are you?
Hello, Philippines!
Wow!
Hello, mga ka-chasers! Kita mo ang peg natin dahil nagsimula na ang UAAP kanina. Kailangan college din ang peg
Mukha
natin.
kang college boy eh.
Hindi, college professor. Anyway, huling Sabado na po ng buwan ng Marso. Hindi pa rin naman tayo papauli sa mga maiinit na balita sa mundo ng palakasan. Kaya, sit back, relax, and buckle up at samahan nyo kami sa 2 oras ng biyahe sa mundo ng palakasan.
Nice! Kung college usapan, siguro nung kolehiyo, ano to? Kilabot. Diba? Mga habulin. Aba Cordero's joining us this afternoon too. Hey, Aba.
Hi.
Tagal
Hi,
na
Riza.
nun.
Hi, Waylon. Hi, Sir Jerry.
Yes.
And mga ka-chasers. Nagpuputo ka ng mga balita. ha?
Wala, ah.
Ang mga balita sa
Wala akong
sports.
putok, ha?
Okay.
At pati taal volcano tuloy.
Oo nga.
Mukhang nagbabalak na naman pumutok eh. Naalala ko na naman
Sana
tuloy yung
wag naman.
2020. Nagbilihan ng tao ng face mask para sa ashfall. Yun pala.
Paghahanda.
Para sa
Ibang ano.
COVID yung face mask. Anyway, 2 to 4 po tayo ngayon, as usual. Riza?
On a more serious note, alert level 3 na nga yung Taal Volcano. Kausap
talaga?
natin kanina
Alert
yung mga director of FIVOX at yung mga ka-chasers po natin na nandyan sa paligid ng Taal. Mag-ingat po kayo kasi nga talagang alam natin yung sitwasyon nila ay hindi madali. Now, completing our ka-chasers, of course, than myself, is Waylon Galvez. What's up, Waylon?
Thanks, Riza. Good
Yo.
naman. Naku, mga ka-chasers. Kami ang magbibigay sa inyo. Sabi nga, magagandang balita sa sports. Kami rin ang sagot dyan sa kwentuhan. At syempre, hindi mawawala ang kulitan. Kaya, naku, mapabalita Pilipinas o sa outer space, kami
Grabe
ang
naman
bahala-bahala sa inyo.
Napunta
Kaya
pa ng
naku,
outer space.
dito sa paboritong tambayan ng Sabado, umpisahan na natin.
Yan na!
Welcome to the
Chasedown! We are glad to have you with us this afternoon as we dish out
Galit
our
kayo,
hot headlines. Waylon!
Yes, eto na. Umpisahan na natin, mga ka-chasers. Huling sayaw o ang tinawag na Alas Dance
Oh,
ng Alaska
Dance.
Aces.
Cute, ha?
Nagwakas na!
Ito naman mainit na simula so far for the Cignal HD Spikers
Yun.
and the Cream Line Cool Smashers. So far, they're both undefeated sa eliminations ng PVL 2022 Open Conference.
Next, at nasa kasagsagan na ang bakbakan sa semifinals ng 2022 PBA Governors Cup at may mga updates din tayo about the PBA later on.
Yan. UAAP.
Yan.
Nagbabalik o nagbalik para sa season 84.
Season 8.
At syempre ito, NBA. Talaga nga naman LeBron James.
Uy!
Ay naku po mga lawa na sa
Wow.
NBA all-time scoring list.
Nice. And also later on the show, we have guests that will surely be very entertaining for all our sports fans. We are going to talk to Coach Jeffrey Cariaso. We'll find out more about the development since, of course, the Alaska Aces franchise has been sold to
Yes.
Converge. Ano bang tamang ano?
Ano?
Communications, telecommunication, mamaya aalamin natin
ICT
yan.
solutions.
We can ask him himself.
Pwede rin naman
Now
kung
also,
Converge
volleyball
Internetans.
volleyball fans that are watching us, stay put ha, kasi makakasama po natin maya-maya ang inyong mga idols from the Cignal HD Spikers. We have with us later on Rachel Anne Daquis and Jheck Dionela. Diba? Ang saya. But let's talk about first that last game of the Alaska Aces.
Naku.
I remember we were still here, and weren't we talking to JV?
Yes.
JV,
Tama.
who's
Last
with the Blackwater Bossings now, but we were asking him, nako JV, paano kung sakaling last game na? And current, around that time, naglalaro yung Alaska
Yes,
versus
oo nga,
NLEX, and who would have
tama.
thought that would be their last game?
Oo nga, Rize, no? It happened nung during last game ng Alaska Aces versus the NLEX Road Warriors na quarterfinals yan eh. So talagang bumahaba ng luha, pare. Oo, bumaha dahil alam natin maraming nalungkot, di ba? Sa pagkawala ng Alaska Aces franchise. Dahil pagkatapos ng 35 season sa liga, talagang nagpaalam na yung Alaska. At ito yung after ng laro nila sa NLEX, natalo sila sa kanilang quarterfinal round, 96-80. Bilang isa sa mga storied franchises ng liga, hinandugan ng PBA ng tribute sa pamamagitan ng final buzzer na pinatunog ng walang iba. Of course, kaibigan natin si Commissioner Willie Marshall pagkatapos ng laro. Ayan, makikita, di ba? So ito yung ang Alaska Aces franchise. Ang iconic na wala pa rin tatalo sa Alaska. Yun yung ano nila, no? Kumbaga, ba tawag doon? Jingle, di ba?
Jingle.
Isa pa nga, pare ba?
Ayan.
Wala pa rin datano.
Yan. Yan ay pinatutog din ng maikling ceremony na kinabibilangin ng mga Alaska players, coaches, at staff. Naku, isa dyan, kaibigan natin. CK Kanapi. Naku, isa sa mga talagang nalungkot, naiyak. Of course, hindi sino nga ba naman ang hindi malulungkot at maiyak dahil ang haba nung kumbaga storied franchise ng Alaska diyan, di ba? Bagamat hindi nagwakas sa huling yung kanilang campaign sa kampyonato, ang huling season ng Alaska ay pinangalanan nilang Alas Dance. Ito ay may tuturing pa rin magandang paalam nila dahil pinakita ng Aces ang buong kanilang, yung competitiveness, yung kanilang with respect, yung paglalaro nila, di ba? During the Governor's Cup quarterfinals, di ba? Ito, after nung pamamaalam na yan, parang Jerry, Mariaba, Riza, syempre, napabalita din yung pagpasok or pag-acquire ng Alaska Aces franchise. Nabanggit ni Riza yan, yung converge of Mr. Dennis Anthony Uy. So, maraming tanong di ba? Ang isa sa alam natin is yung core ng team, at least yung buong team, mapupunta sa converge.
Yes.
Paano kaya yung coaches? Riz, anong tingin mo?
Naku, ang mga... Sige, pipirmahan ko na. Pipirmahan ko na po. No, but, we're only basing it off, let's say, an interview earlier today with Com Noli.
Yes.
And he spoke to now PBA Governor, former Commissioner Chito Salud, who's going to be with Converge. And he was saying, they are going to retain Jeff.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
rest-
That's good.
The rest of, I think, the coaching staff, from what I remember, is to be assessed. And so with the players, from what we know, Jerry, and correct me if I'm wrong, ilan lang yung players kasi na may active contract. Everyone else,
Yes.
Tatlo na
contract
lang
has
yata
expired, so
Yes, tatlo.
they become free agents, correct?
Yes, but ang rights is nasa Converge. Nasa Converge pa rin.
Sino tong tatlong players na active so far?
Si Jeron Teng,
Okay.
Ben Adamos, at saka si Taylor Brown.
Nice.
Yeah. Si Jeron, alam ko, 2 years pa yan. 2 years. Si Ben Adamos and Taylor Brown, I think 1 year. 1 year.
We can talk more about Converge, in future conversations, but focusing on, again, that farewell game, that last game of the Alaska Aces. I want to know kung ano sa inyo yung, pag sinabi mong Alaska, ano yung tumatak na character nila, na salita kapag Alaska ang pinag-usapan? Very quick. Maybe Alba can share.
Ayan, sila.
Ako, kung ano yung what the owner Steven Uitengsu has always preached, yung fairness.
Fairness.
Fairness sa akin pare yun.
Fairness. Waylan.
Respect. Because that's what they always do in playing the game of basketball. Respeto sa kalaban, respeto with the game.
Nice. I like that. So we have fairness and then respect. Jerry, what's yours?
Si Ikaw.
Oy, oh!
Si Ikaw.
Mamimiss mo
Mamimiss
yun.
ko si
Hindi ba
Ikaw.
pwedeng i-retain yun?
Di ba? Hindi, pero ako, Riz, win with integrity.
Yan.
Yan
Or
ang-
lose.
Yeah, lose
Win
with
or lose.
integrity.
They were very gracious. In ano ba yan? Tama ba yan? In even in defeats,
Defeat.
Yes.
di ba? I remember one time natalo sila. And they released a presser the morning after, and I read it. Sabi ko, there's no other franchise that does that. Kaya ako, kapag Alaska ang pinag-uusapan, I would always say, kumbaga, it's a model of decency.
Yeah,
So again, our hats off to the Alaska Aces franchise. Panalangin ko, sana kung hindi man natin sila masyadong makakasama sa PBA, I hope they continue to support Philippine sports as a whole. I know they could be venturing in other sports. Who knows? Baka football, baka triathlon.
Yes, yung
Fencing.
Ironman.
Yan.
Talaga, nasundot mo pa
Inom
yun.
pa rin tayo ng, inom pa rin tayo ng Alaska.
Kasi talaga naman,
oo.
kasi naman
Oo
talagang
naman.
naniniwala sila sa kakayanan ng Filipino athletes. So to the Alaska Aces, cheers.
Ayan.
Cheers.
Ano yan?
Cheers.
All right.
May gatas ka dyan, Riz.
Now, let's talk about college basketball.
Yeah.
Eto na. Exciting because the UAAP,
Oo
ladies and
naman.
gentlemen, after 2 long years, is back. Waylon, ibang klaseng ano yan, energy.
Pero
Yan.
Lisa, bago natin i-discuss yung UAAP na yan,
Sige,
syempre
sige.
meron tayong balikan natin dahil last
Yan,
week
yan.
nag-JV Casio tayo eh.
Correct.
Yan,
Meron tayong hanging question sa mga ka-chasers natin, sa mga kaibigan natin. Ang tanong natin, sino sa inyo ang top 3 favorite Lasal Green Archers? Sabi mo nga, nagbabalik ang college basketball, ang UAAP. Naku, eto may
Green
mga ka-chasers tayong nagbigay ng kanilang sagot sa mga ating social media. Unahin na natin. Eto, ha? Si J. Giray. Ang sabi
Parang
niya,
kilala ko yan.
oo nga, no? Pamilyar sa akin to.
Oh.
Di na siguro dapat pagtalunan kung sino naman ang number 1 na DLSU player of all time. Ren Ritualo na siguro ang pinaka kinatatakutan na player sa history ng UAP. Number 2 ko, si Don Aliado dahil sobrang dominant niya nung time niya. Ang number 3 naman, Mike Cortez dahil siya ang nagtuloy ng winning tradition. Wow!
Siya
The
nga
cool
ba?
cat.
JJ, ah.
Siya talaga?
Ayos yun, ha? The cool cat.
The cool cat.
Ito naman, paring Jerry,
Ano?
meron pa yan eh.
Oo, eto si Sam Ibra. Para sa akin, si JV Casio ang top 1 ko dahil memorable sa akin yung 2007 championship nila. Yan. Next is Jeron Teng at last but not the least, si Joseph Yo.
The Ninja.
Yo!
Yes, yes,
The
yo.
Ninja, no? Ba, meron pa.
Meron pa. Sino pa yan?
Rodriguez, paring abak. Uy, galing kay Ron Rodriguez
Si
yan.
Ron.
Ron. Top 1 ko, syempre, sabi niya, si Captain Hook,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mac Cardona.
Yeah.
Kung sa angas at tikas lang, wala nang papalag dyan. Ano pa? Number 2, ni Ron Rodriguez, si Cool Cat, Mike Cortez. At pangatlo niya, yun pa rin, The Ninja,
Oo,
Joseph.
Yo.
Yes, yes, yo.
Ba, agree naman tayo sa mga chasers natin na nagbigay ng kanilang sagot. Siyempre, kung nagbigay sila, siyempre tayo din, may top 3
Meron din
tayo.
tayo.
Kaya mag-isip-isip na kayo
Naku,
dyan.
teka
Mga ka-chasers, ha? Riza.
Ikaw muna.
Ako muna.
Next week na, next week.
Sa akin. Ren Ritualo. Agree naman ako.
Hindi, ano ba yan? Kailangan na panood mo.
Siguro, dapat na-cover mo para masabi mo
Grabe naman yan,
na...
Oo nga.
na-cover.
na sabi mo na nakita mo siya kung how he played the game, di ba?
magbabago tuloy.
Kasi
Okay.
yung kay Ren from time ni ano eh,
Bago rin.
Don Aliado eh, di ba? So until the time that 2002, nag-champion ng Lasal, siya yung pinaka-siga nung time na yun sa Green Archers eh. Sunod ko dyan, Mike Cortez, tama yung
Wow.
sinabi ng isang ka-chaser natin dahil si Mike ang nagtuloy din ng winning tradition ng
Siya ba?
Lasal. Under, transformaren. Parang meron kang gustong sabihin.
Wala.
At eto, finally, Jeron Teng.
Yan, oh.
Kasi nung nakabalik sa taas ang UAAP, ng UAAP ang Lasal, si Jeron naman talaga ang bumida
Oo
dyan
naman.
sa Green Archers.
Bait pa ng nanay.
Si
Tita Susan.
Tita Susan, hello. Thank you.
Oo, Merry Christmas.
Ang aga. Eto, tanungin muna natin, ladies first. Ulit.
Oo nga, tama.
Kasi, okay, kung na-cover, magbabago yung, ano, alam mo naman, lately lang ako.
Oo naman.
Pero kung na-cover, sige,
Sige.
JV Casio,
Yeah.
T.Y. Tang,
Uy.
T.Y. Tang, and I guess I'll put in there Mac Cardona. Pero Pero initially in my head, kasi ito yung hindi ko na-cover, pero believe ako. Kasi hanggang ngayon makikita mo na relevant pa rin sila. Ren Retualo. His jersey was retired by Lasal.
Yes,
That says
tama,
everything.
tama.
Okay, wala nang
Hindi mo na-cover si Renren.
Hindi,
Di ba?
excuse me.
Di mo naabot?
Hindi.
Hindi,
Pero
yung
fan
totoo.
ako. Fan ako
Yung
ng
totoo.
Lasal. Hindi.
Namumula ka.
Ren. And then second, medyo may certain bias because we went to the same grade school and high school.
Sino yan?
Cholo Villanueva.
Oh, talaga?
Yes, CSA. And there were only a
yan.
few, there were only a few players from CSA that really, went on to play collegiate and made an impact.
Tama,
And if you
no?
would know
Cholo.
also Cholo's backstory on how he really showed strength to overcome a lot of challenges. Cholo Villanueva is on my list.
No.
And recently,
pa?
kausap natin, Willie Wilson.
Yeah, tama. Willie Wilson.
Yung makilala ka by not scoring, but to show how good you are defensively and to be able to display, kumbaga, how valuable yung mga intangibles. Oh, di ba? Talagang Willie Wilson is
yata
one of the best green archers for me. And
Ganda
in
yan.
fact,
Tama,
until
tama.
now, this very day, the longevity of his career in the
Tama.
PBA,
Agree ako
how he's transitioned from player to coach.
Hanggang-
Now, to represent the country in the SEA Games, he's definitely representing the green and white very well.
Hanggang pro, dala-dala niya
Oo
yun.
naman,
Eh.
oo naman.
Ito, interesado ko rito. Uy.
Na-cover niya,
Ako. Ay,
Ay, na-cover
eto,
niya.
Dito magkakaalaman ng
kasing
tao.
sarap ng pagkain ni Mon Gualvez.
Ay, yan.
Hindi, ako throwback ako.
Yan.
Oh,
Number 1 ko, Jun Limpot.
Yan.
Oo,
Tama,
kasi
tama,
first
tama.
title ng Lasal
Sa
sa
UAAP.
UAAP, si Jun Limpot ang star player nila. Next ko, JV Casio.
Yeah.
Soft-spoken and very humble. And yung dalawa tayo Jeron Teng tsaka si Jason Perkins.
pwede. Agree ako dyan.
Hefty lefty.
Pari nga bak. Your turn.
Sige, simulan ko na.
Sige.
Limembeng, hindi naman Limembeng.
The late Dimembeng.
Oh, di ba tama?
Hindi naman.
Galing yun, ha?
Dindo Pumarin ako.
Ayan, tama. Oo, Dindo.
Dindo. Tapos,
Nakuberan mo si Dindo
The
na
bullet, di ba?
Hindi ko inabutan.
sa PBA na.
Pure foods na siya nung nagsimula tayong Tapos, ang mga nakuberan ko na, gusto ko na dyan si Mike
France na yan,
Cortez.
no?
Oo.
Si
Mike
France.
Cortez,
Iba
the cool
talaga.
cat talagang.
Cool cat.
At that time, he was way ahead of the UAAP.
Oo
I
naman.
think ang kasabihan nga nun nung naglalaro siya sa UAP, hinug na hinug si Mike Cortez. That's why he dominates the game. And third ko na si Mac Cardona. Talagang parang walk-in yata si Mac
Yes,
Cardona.
yes, tama.
He just walked into the practice and tried out, and Coach Franz was so impressed. Sabi nga niya, sabi ni Franz noon, pagawa mo lahat kay Mac, gagawin. Kahit paglinisin ko ng
Oo
kotse.
nga, tama.
Pero Mac did not prove them wrong.
Yeah.
And delivered and helped LaSalle win a couple of titles.
Kala ko naglinis nga ng kotse.
That unorthodox
Idol ko yan.
hook shot.
shot.
Di ba? Na
Oo,
hanggang
oo.
ngayon, walang makano.
Oo,
Tama.
Walang
Hirap,
makakopya.
hirap.
Kaya mga ka-chasers, ha? Dahil nasa collegiate, balik na ang collegiate league, UAAP, eto, meron tayong top 3.
Ano?
Next week naman, ha?
Ano naman
Oo,
yan?
mga ka-chasers, pag-asa nyo na to para mag-comment ulit.
Ano?
Sino ang top 3 favorite UAAP basketball player ninyo?
hirap.
Nako,
Ha?
ang haba.
Iba-ibang
Mawak
teams
na,
na.
no?
Yes, iba-ibang
Oo,
teams.
ang haba
Okay.
niyan, ha?
Kita mo naman, ha?
Sige, malaman natin yan.
Ano yan?
So send us your
Naabutan?
answers, please. You can send them over through Facebook. Pwede rin sa mga social media accounts para next week mabasa natin yan. Now, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I believe we're going to be joined by our guest. Kaya wag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang The
Chasedown.
We'll be back.
Pwede sila.
ikaw kaya?
Welcome back sa paboritong tambayan tuwing Sabado, ang The Chasedown. At kagaya ng pinangako namin kanina, eto, special guest natin. Handang-handa na, ready na, pakilala muna natin, ha? Of course, he's an 8-time PBA champion, coach.
Parang
As
passport
well,
yung alam mo.
oo nga. Parang nagmamadali, may lakad ako mamaya eh. 2003 PBA Rainforest Conference Finals MVP, PBA Best Player of the Conference during the 2002 All-Filipino Cup, 10-time PBA All-Star. Ito rin, 1995 PBA Rookie of the Year. At yung kanyang number 2 jersey, retired by the Alaska Aces and the Coca-Cola Tigers. Ito na, Coach Jeff Cariaso.
Yan.
Hi, Coach!
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me on the Chasedown again. Second time na to. Second
Oo
time.
nga.
Oo nga, Coach.
pa lang ba?
Second. Oo nga.
Looking good, Coach, ha?
Magandang ngiti ni Coach.
Dude, hindi naman. Okay lang. Happy weekend. Spending time with family. Kaya
Very
medyo
good.
happy tayo.
Coach, eto lang ha, question lang. Medyo matagal-tagal na rin. May lagpas 1 linggo na yata rin eh.
1 week, sakto.
Oo.
Sakto ngayon.
Kamusta,
1 week.
Coach? After nung last game nung nung Alaska Aces natin.
Waylon, honestly, it's medyo pa siya, medyo still unbelievable na parang wala na yung Alaska Aces sa PBA, no? You know naman that I have sentimental values in regards to this team in particular. Kasi nga, I'm proud to say that I played for this organization. Alam mo naman natin yung what they stand for, no? And to be able to play and then to be able to coach the team that drafted me, I think special yun. And I'm really happy and proud of that.
Coach, yung nung last game nyo, hindi makita yung buong emosyon ni Coach Jeff kasi nakamask eh.
Nakamask,
Oo,
yeah.
eh.
Medyo umiyak tayo inside, Waylon. So, you can expect it naman, di ba?
Yes, of course. Coach Jeff, eto, mga ka-chasers natin, may tanong sa'yo, mamaya na kita babalikan. Jerry Ramos, dakko.
Coach, ano ba, hindi pa talaga nag-sink in na tapos na yung era ng Alaska?
Yeah, Jerry, like I said, so, because it's been special with this organization, with this team, no? So I don't think, enough yung 1 week. Kulang pa yung 1 week, no? So, but again, we know that it's there. It happened already. We know that was our last game, sigurado yun. We know that it's been purchased already by a new company. So, eventually we'll learn to move forward. Eventually.
Coach, you managed to force NLEX into a rubber match. And ano yung mindset ng team going to that game na at least at the back of your mind, it may be your last game?
Yeah. We knew naman that going into the quarters that it was there. No, yun yung reality. This could possibly be our last game. So for us to be able to go to a game 2, again, it was in the back of our minds. But you never want to entertain that thought. So hindi kami doon nakafocus. I thought we prepared well going into that game. It just didn't showcase on the court, no? Yung come game time na. And, again, all praise and all, nothing but congratulations to NLEX kasi they deserve that game. And to me, I'm a believer, having played 15 years and coaching now, you have to deserve to win in the playoffs. And that particular game, yung game 2, we didn't deserve to win. So, congratulations to NLEX.
Coach, bago ko i-turn over kay Risa, yung last conference nyo, hindi nyo ba dinocument na parang yung last dance ng Chicago Bulls? Wala bang ganun?
No, we didn't do anything like that. Although we did have someone come in, do interviews, tapos may konting video. But it was eto na later na eh. So nothing as early as last conference or start of this conference. Maybe I think we'll be able to get good stories naman from the 2 weeks na nakasama namin yung writer na yun.
Okay.
Coach Jeff, kamusta
Yes.
po? Good to see you.
Hi, Riza.
Good
Good to see you too. Congratulations. Two babies now, no?
I know, right?
Coming daw,
Diba?
coming.
We are wasting no time. That's how it is. Coach, if you may, can you describe to us how it was going back to the locker room after the whole ceremony? You know, you had the confetti drop. We heard the final buzzer. We heard the jingle on the floor. I was teary-eyed, you know, and
Yeah.
can you just take us back through that moment when you went back to the locker room and how was everybody?
Yeah. It was very difficult. You know, the walk back to the locker room was strange because as an Alaska Ace, member, that was the last time we're walking off the court, no? So to get to the locker room, I actually spent about 10 minutes with my coaches and Boss Dicky Bachman in the other room before I even entered our locker room, just to kind of, gather my thoughts. It's something you don't expect. You don't go into a game like that ready for your post game. Especially with it ending that way. So when I walked in the locker room, it was very quiet. I can tell some there were tears being shed. I can tell, especially from the members who've been there for a very long time, or some since the beginning, like our medical staff and
Oo,
and
tama.
our utility, yung mga
Yes.
boys
Oo,
natin.
yun.
I'm sure they're feeling it a lot. So you can feel the tension, you can feel the sadness in the air. So my talk was really quick. I didn't want to, try to make them feel any different because I was feeling the same way. So I said, we'll just meet another day so we can kind of wrap things up and then we'll see what happens moving forward.
Coach, you've been through a lot in your career. You've come to a full spectrum from player to coach. How does this turn of events now kind of like reshape maybe the way you think, or they would say in more simpler terms, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and this is not the end of it.
Right.
So as a once a player and now as a coach, you're also a businessman. What does this dynamic make you?
Wow, that's a good question and a hard question too. Honestly, Riza, this, like I said, you don't change the way you approach things now that it is the end and there's an uncertainty of the future. When we heard of the news, our mantra was focus on today. So live by the day. So doon kami nakafocus. We were practicing and just trying to give our best. If we would watch video, we would be thorough. When we would be on the court, we would practice well and challenge each other. And we'll see where it led us. And I think that's one thing I'm proud of this team. Up until the end, we really did our best in just giving our all and taking things slowly. But with a situation like this, no one wants this to happen. You don't know where you're going to be next. You don't know what's going to be up next for you, and that's just not me. It's most especially for the players and every member of Alaska. So we're so used to having something solid and a foundation, and when that's taken away from you, that does throw you a bit of a curveball, and it makes you wonder, makes you curious, and sometimes it can scare you. But again, life is like that, right? Life is ups and downs. This is a decision that that's beyond us. Hindi naman namin control this decision. No matter how much we bleed and beg, wish that it didn't happen. It's part of it, and I want to believe, and I shared this to the whole team. I want to believe that you move on, and God has something special for us moving forward.
Okay. Hi, Coach. Before,
Yeah.
Before I ask you my question, let me congratulate you for having gone through the full cycle with the Alaska franchise.
Yes.
Not too many players are being given that opportunity to serve as player, as coach,
Yeah.
as a champion,
Thank
multiple
you.
champion. Yes, and so my
Yeah,
question,
thank you.
coach, is if I remember it right, Jerry, it was February 16 when
Yes,
the
yes.
announcement came out. How did you how early were you informed prior to that announcement, and how were you informed about the management decision?
Okay. I think it's safe to admit it now, no? Now that it's over and it's done. But to be honest with you, when we announced it on the 16th, I knew about it on the 3rd, Feb 3. Kaya ko siya hindi nakakalimutan kasi birthday ng anak ko yun. So Feb 3 was
Wow.
the day that I spoke to Boss Fred and management. And, obviously a small circle knew about that, and we kept it small just to prevent it getting out. Alaska, they plan on a big announcement. So, not sure if everyone knows, but hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Coach.
Yes, coach.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, coach.
Hello.
Coach?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, naririnig ka namin, coach.
Coach.
We'll try to fix our connection with Coach Jeff Cariaso. Maganda yung kwentuhan natin about especially being able to get, more information on how that day was for them.
Birthday pa ng
Anak
anak
niya
pala
pala,
niya when
oo
he got the news or the information.
So, meron pa tayong mga natitirang mga questions for Coach Jeff, kaya antabayanan lamang yan. In the meantime, also would like to remind everyone that in a few, we'll have volleyball kwentuhan. Our guests also would be something na talagang pakakaabangan. The players of Cignal HD Spikers, who so far is undefeated in the
Tuwan-tuwa ka
PVL.
naman, ha?
Rachel Anne Daquis, together with Jheck Dionela, will be joining us later on the show. So, sa mga volleyball fans, naku, ang daming good news, di ba? For the PVL, sana samahan nyo kami. One of the good news na mamaya pwede nating tanungin sa kanila is again, the fans will be back.
Yes, fans.
Diba? So sa
On
mga,
Monday na yata.
Yeah, Monday, sa quarterfinals.
punta ka na agad.
Ay, tayo naman madaling araw pa lang.
So para sa mga nag-aantabay makapanood ng volleyball action live, eto na po yung pinaka-iintay niyong pagkakataon. I think Coach Jeff is back with
Diyan na
us. Okay, Coach Jeff, nandyan po ba kayo?
Yan na ba si coach?
Yes, I'm here.
Yun, okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
Sorry
It's
about
alright.
that. Can you hear me?
We
Yes,
hear
yes,
you
sir.
very
Yes,
well,
Coach.
Coach. If
Yeah,
you may, Coach, can you move a little towards your left, I think, so that you'll be center screen?
Left.
Ay,
Yan.
kaliwa.
Left
Baliktad
ba?
pala, Coach.
Kaliwa.
Ayan.
Ayan. Yun.
Coach, huwag kang mag-alala. Next time, yung internet connection mo, mas gaganda na.
Ayan na nga.
Aba, grabe naman.
Sabi ko nga, kailangan palitan yung internet provider namin eh. Ano ba to? Mahina eh.
Wag. Tama na yan. Where were we?
Sige, oo nga.
You were saying, Coach, about it was the day of your
Birthday, no? The son's birthday. yata.
son's birthday. Is it your son's birthday? Little
My
Jeff's
daughter's
birthday.
birthday.
Daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter.
So when I found out about it in Feb 3, and again, a small group of us knew about it because there has to be some behind-the-scenes information that's being shared and prepared for the sale, no? So as they're negotiating and as they're talking, there's got to be someone in the company or someone in the team especially that knows. So Boss Fred felt that it was important for me to know just so I can kind of prepare myself, so I can prepare the team. But if you can only imagine how difficult it was, guys, to be able to conduct your normal everyday practice and preparation, knowing that this was in the back of my head. knowing that this is going to happen, and it wasn't even announced yet. And at that point, we didn't begin our games yet. So hindi pa tayo nakabalik from our
yeah.
you know,
Break.
there was a stoppage again.
Yes,
if you
yes,
guys
tama.
recall.
Oo.
So before getting back to our final 6 games, we knew of this already. And obviously, when it was announced to the team, it was the day before our first game back. So out of the 6. So yeah, a little difficult, but we managed. And yeah, you know, it was hard. It was hard. It wasn't easy.
I can imagine, Coach, how tight that lead was, ano? Did the paper carry this classified stuff?
A1 classified.
A1 classified. Like a
Classified
CIA.
confidential.
Yeah, medyo mahirap siya. Medyo mahirap. I wanted to share it, but I couldn't.
But Coach Jeff, was that a gift that you would consider that you knew, okay, there's no other words, but the end was coming? Because were your decisions, were your actions different because you knew these were the last, the last steps of at least the journey with the Alaska Aces? Was that a gift or was that like a curse of some sort?
I think it has its advantage and disadvantage also, no? So, but for me personally, when I found out the news, again, knowing that I'm gonna have to practice nearly 2 weeks having this, and knowing this and trying to stay normal, that was the time when I was focused on just kind of the mantra that we lived by these past 3 weeks, and that's living by the day. So my approach wasn't different. I still prepared the same way. I still had our meetings. I still practiced and prepared a practice plan to prepare the guys. Pretty much, I still did my job, and that was, I think, what was important. I didn't wanna, do anything or have the team suffer in any way because mentally I'm thinking about something and they're not ready. So the focus was really, again, just to stay the course, focus on the 6 games, try to get top 4, if not top, make the playoffs, and then move forward from there.
Okay. Speaking of moving forward, let's move forward. There's so many questions about the future. Waylon, go ahead.
Eto na, Coach, ang magpapaganda ng internet connection mo.
Grabe naman yun.
Siyempre, alam na natin lahat, Coach, yung Converge.
Yan.
Can you, Coach, give us an update? Ano na ba? Nakapag-usap na ba kayo nung incoming governor? The former commissioner, Chito Salud.
Yes. To be honest, I'll share with you what has happened already, Waylon, no? So, but it isn't much. So that's honest to God truth. Gov Chito has met with the team. So we have formally met with the team just the other day, mga 2 days ago, and the day after the announcement, actually. So Thursday siya. So we met with the team. It was good hearing him. It was so exciting to hear how passionate and excited they are, no? So, I think in so many ways they come in with the same mindset and the same principles as Alaska. They're gonna compete. They want to compete. They want to win, and they're gonna do their best to make sure that is the priority. What was nice also is we got to meet some of the I guess the staff that works for Converge, no? Nakilala namin yung HR head, the marketing head. So we also got a quick, presentation on Converge and how it started and what they're going through now and their plans for the future, some of their plans for the future. So pretty much that's just an introduction to each other. So that's what happened last Thursday. So after that, honestly, moving forward and starting Monday, because I'm going to meet with Chito on Monday, this is where I think the ironing of all the details begins. So marami pang kailangan gawin to be honest with you. There's still a lot of details that we still need to iron out and questions that we all have for each other. So right now all we did was just meet each other.
Pero coach, di ba, bukod, ang pinaka-question dyan, coaching staff, yung mga players, lalo na, tatlo lang yung merong kontrata, papaano na yung mga ibang players, di ba? Pero syempre, pagka yung Alaska franchise, tapos may bagong koponan ngayon, yung mantra ng Alaska, we not me, yung kultura, madadala. Diba? It's good to have a new company na, bago sa PBA, di ba?
Right. No, I agree. I think, and I'm not trying to boast ourselves, no. I think they understand and they see the value of being able to acquire and retain, most of what used to be the Alaska Aces team. I think that's very smart kasi, and this is what I admitted. Right now we're a playoff team. So,
Correct. Agree.
are we a championship level team? Honestly, wala pa. Hindi pa. We haven't reached it yet. We haven't won anything. So, hindi pa. So, there's lots of room to improve. But you do have a solid foundation. And compared to a company coming in as a franchisee where they will just start with maybe a dispersal draft of several players from other teams and available free agents, I think they're in a better situation kasi we're intact. We have a solid coaching staff. We have a solid core. Pwede ba mag-improve? Of course.
Yes.
Can we get more talent? Of course. Do we need to gel and be better and be on the same page more? Of course. But to me, that's the timing. That's time. But their advantages, andito na You're set. You have this foundation, and it's something to grow with. And then don't forget, meron pa tayong 2 first-round picks.
First-round
Correct.
picks,
This
yes.
coming draft that we're
Maganda.
excited about.
Ako,
Basta kami, coach, ha? Yes, aba.
ako iniisip ko, paano tayo makakasama doon sa meeting sa Monday?
Ayan.
Basta kami, kasi coach, kami? Naka-converge ako.
Aba.
Naka-converge ka ba?
Ba.
Naka-converge ka.
Yun nga.
Hindi naman kayo magiging expansion team.
Yes.
This is,
No.
this is the same team. And would there be improvements? That's something to watch out for. It's going to be exciting to see, and we're just glad that, again, matutuloy pa rin yung nasimula na legacy ng Alaska Aces. Coach, we're running out of time. We wish this conversation would be longer, but you're a busy man.
It's okay.
I know,
It's
because
okay.
your kids could be like already trying to pull you in different places. Your message to the Alaska fans that are hoping to hear again also what you have to say.
I just like to say to all our Alaska supporters, and you know who you are, the ones who've been there from the beginning. Thank you for your just, undeniable love and support. You never waver no matter what. You're always behind us. And we really want to let you know that we appreciate that. A lot of them I know, they're very special to me because a lot of them were there when I was still playing. So that's how loyal these guys are. So we appreciate you. I think there's a lot of Alaska fans, more than we know of, all over the country, and I think they also saw what we brought to the league and how we did things. We're not perfect, but we try to stand for something and carry with us values that we can share at home. So I think that's special and something I'm really proud of. So yes, thank you. The Chasedown, thank you for having me. Hope to see you soon.
Coach, meron lang kaming isang suggestion for the Chasedown.
Meron pa?
Ampunin ng...
Ano?
May suggestion lang kami.
Ano?
Sige lang, go.
Baka pwede i-adapt ng Converge ang si Ikaw.
Oo nga.
Si Ikaw, oh.
Si Ikaw.
Si
Iba lang
Ikaw.
yung jersey. Pwede. Ikaw is the same person from when I was a rookie. Did you guys? I'm not sure kung alam
Talaga?
niyo. Same
Ganda
person
story yun, ah.
when I was a rookie. So, medyo older na si Ikaw. Baka gusto din niya mag-retire.
Pero
Retire na,
iba ka klase
retire.
yung shooting ni Ikaw, ha?
Oo.
Parang pwede
Pwede pa, no?
Iba,
Pwede
iba
pa.
yung shooting niya, parang ano eh, parang talagang kondisyon eh.
Oo. Tsaka ang galing magsayaw niyan.
Coach, mabilis na lang. Okay, our floor director is getting anxious because we have so much question. Ginebra versus NLEX, Magnolia versus Meralco.
Yan.
You're not in the competition anymore, but give us the top two that you think is going to make it to the finals.
Well, obviously, he never has the advantage, and they're up 2-0. And,
Okay.
you know, Coach Tim, you know, why I love him so much is because he always reminded me of this as a coach. He's like, it's important to win at the right time.
Yan.
And galing na, they're winning at the right time. And then between Morocco and Magnolia, that's gonna go to game 5. It's gonna go to the last 2 minutes. So I'm being safe with my answer because I'm excited about that series. It's a great series. So I'm happy for both coaches and for both teams.
The PBA is definitely back with these wonderful games that we are going to watch out for, and especially sa
Yeah.
pagbabalik ni ninyo, Coach Jeff, and we can't wait. So thank you for spending time with us this afternoon. Coach Jeff, size 14 ha. Balik na yung Kobe's.
Ayan, ako yung shirt lang,
Pag
coach.
meron na,
Okay
pag
na.
meron na. No problem. Thank you, guys.
Enjoy
Thank you.
your weekend. Thank you, and
Thank you,
Coach,
Coach.
for being
Okay.
generous
Thanks,
with
Coach.
your, with your time. That's Coach Jeff Cariaso, one of the legendary Lahat cases of all time.
Oo,
Diba?
agree,
Remember
agree.
we discussed kung sino yung mga top 3. Hindi na wala si Coach Jeff yun.
Ah, oo, laging
The
kasama. Yes.
Jeff Cariaso. Alam mo, nung time na naglalaro si Coach Jeff, medyo ano ako sa kanila eh.
Ano?
Galit ka, galit. Galit ka.
Galing eh, nakakainis.
Hinebra
no?
or pure foods ako eh. So, syempre, pag Alaska kalaban, alam mo na, pag ang tumira sa fourth quarter, Jeff Cariaso, Jojo Lastimosa,
Yan, oo.
Bong Hawkins, Johnny
Winyo.
Abaratos. Wala na. Ano na yung team mo. Di ba? Wala.
Buti na lang, ano na si Coach Jeff ngayon, coach na lang, paproblemahin pa natin yan. Okay, we're going to talk volleyball this time. Sa mga volleyball fans na nag-aabang, let's talk more about volleyball because again, the 2022 Premier Volleyball League Open Conference is in full swing. In fact, they've wrapped up the elimination round and they're on to the quarterfinals. Pero recap po tayo sa mga nangyari nitong nakaraang linggo for volleyball. Aba, namayagpag ang Cignal HD Spikers. Creamline Cool Smashers sa kanilang pools at they finished the elimination round with, or rather flawless, for the Open Conference of the PVL. Nangunguna sa standing ng Pool B ang Cool Smashers na may record of 3 wins and 0 losses. At with that, they claim twice to beat advantage moving on to the quarterfinals. Ang Petrogas Angels naman ang pumapangalawa in the said pool at nakakuha din ng twice to beat advantage habang pangatlo ang PLDT High Speed Hitters. At pang-apat naman ang Bali Pure Purist Water Defenders. Now sa Pool A naman, syempre namamayagpag ang Cignal HD Spikers. At nasa tuktok ng team standings with a 4-0
Saya
record.
niya.
Kasama in that said pool, which they would call the pool of death kasi ang lakas, diba, is of course none less than second place so far is Chocomucho Flying Titans. Pumapangatlo ang F2 Logistics sa mga
Pangatlo
nag-aabang.
lang?
Yes,
Ano gusto mo? Pangatlo?
Grabe.
Signal o ano?
Tinalo
Sino
agad
mo,
ang signal
Cherry
eh.
Digo, so far pang-apat. So
Defending.
it's going to be so exciting. And again, don't forget to watch and tumutok for the 2022 Premier Volleyball League na mapapanood syempre sa One Sports at One Sports Plus. We are going to have our guests later on the show. So abang-abang lang po kayo for Jheck Dionela and Rachel Anne Daquis.
Just watch and tutok, ha? Just watch and make tutok.
Wait lang, let's talk about, or Jerry, let's talk about PBA some more.
Ito na,
Oo nga,
PBA
ito na.
Ano ba ang trade ngayon?
Ha?
Wala na, trade tapos na.
Alam ko,
Hindi,
may trade na naman eh.
kasagsagan na ng
Oo nga.
semifinals. Ha?
Grabe.
Oo, ang dami nang nangihingi ng tickets.
Ang lalakas yung magdasal, mga Hinebra fans.
Pati sa opisina na.
Oo nga. Anyway, ang Ginebra, alam natin, rumatsyada na sa 2-0.
Galing.
Oo, napanalo over NLEX. Kagabi lang, nanalo sila uli, 104-94. Despite Japet Agalar not playing because of sabi nga ni Coach Tim Cone, delicate na calf injury. Pero one win away from returning sa Governor's Cup Finals
Saya.
ang Barangay Ginebra. Masaya ang barangay, ha?
Justin Brownlee proving to be
Yes, oo
Justin
naman.
Brownlee.
Oo
of-
naman, tama.
Ano yung inom ng mga kabarangay sigurado ngayon?
And then, dun sa isang serye naman,
Ayun na.
ito, Magnolia versus Meralco. Tumablang Meralco kagabi sa score na 81-75. 1-1 na ang serye. And Mike Harris and Tony Bishop are proving to be a perfect showdown among the two top imports ng Governor's Cup. Yes, Aba?
Parang merong disputed call.
Oo
sa
nga, yung
endgame.
disputed call na...
Shot clock ba yan?
Yes, shot clock violation.
Aray.
Ang inaano kasi ng kino-contest ng Magnolia, hindi tumama ng rim.
Correct.
Oo, so it should
Dapat
have been
naging shot clock
violation, pero wala naman tawag ang referee, so tinuloy lang yung play, no? And actually, 5 points ang lamang ng
Oo, so
5 points ang lamang ng Meralco at that time.
kung ano ka naman,
last
it
9
was no
seconds.
guarantee naman.
Yes,
no?
yes, tama.
Hindi naman parang lamang ka, you were trailing by 1 and because of that call, shoot ng
yun.
kalaban, natalo ka by 1.
Oo nga, yun ang crucial, no? Yun ang
And you know,
crucial.
Mike Harris said, we cannot define the game
Yes.
because of that play.
Yeah, tama.
Which makes
Tama
sense.
naman,
Kasi it's just one play, but it was a crucial,
Crucial, yes.
moment of that game.
Yes, crucial. Totoo
Things
yun.
happen, ganyan.
Oo nga. Oo. Pero sabi nga ni Coach Chito Victolero, hindi namin iiyakan yung ganung
Tama.
klase ng panalo dahil Game 3 agad bukas. So we have to prepare for it. Kung ano man yung nangyari sa Game 2, iiwanan nila at kakalimutan. Si Mike Harris tsaka si Tony Bishop, pag pinagsama mo yan, Tony Harris ang kalalabasan. Ganun kagaling, ha?
Sun kiss yun ah.
Oo, di ba? Ganun
Grabe
kagaling.
yun.
Oo, yun.
Wait lang, before we go to break,
Yes.
updates on injuries. Is Japet
Uy.
going to be able to play? Anong mga mangyayari?
Yes, yan nga. Ang sabi nga ni Coach Tim is it's a delicate injury. Day by day pa rin siya. Ganun din ang sinabi ni Japet. Pero ako personally, I think baka out siya for the rest of the semifinals.
Ouch.
Sustained pa pala during the talk and text.
Talk and text and then inilaro nung
Game one.
ng semis na aggravate. Na-aggravate.
PBA schedule?
Yeah. Tomorrow sa MOA Arena.
Yan ka na naman.
4 p.m. Meralco versus Magnolia.
Sarap.
Yung ticket kasi ang naiisip ko.
Ay, may text ka, Jerry.
6:30 p.m. Barangay Ginebra versus NLEX Road Warriors.
Daming
Jerry,
Wala.
ubos na ang request mo.
humihingi ng
Tama ka na.
Mga hindi makakapanood ng live. Okay lang kasi live naman po sa Cignal
Yes,
yan. Sa
tama.
One Sports,
Tama,
One Sports
tama.
Plus, pwede kayo manood sa inyong mga cellphone gamit ng Cignal Play app. We're going to take a break. When we come back, marami pa ang ating magiging sports kwentuhan, kaya wag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang The Chasedown!
Abangan ko.
picture natin,
Welcome
Nutriban
back
yun eh.
to the Chasedown. Punong-puno tayo. Oh, para tong jeep na lalakad
Oo
na.
nga.
Ano na, punuan na po.
Kaya po.
At puno po ang ating programa ngayon sa napakasayang kwentuhan. We just spoke to Coach Jeff Cariaso. And later on, we'll be talking more volleyball with Cignal HD Spikers, Rachel Anne Daquis, and Jheck Dionela. But now, we have Garen Elorde with us.
Garen.
Garen, happy birthday!
Ay, thank you. Last year lang ako
Alas
Ano,
po pala yun.
Hinihintay ko pa rin yung cake mo eh.
Pansit, oh. Daming pansit, oh.
may lechon.
May lobo pa, ah.
Meron pa ba?
Galing ka na naman sa lakwatsa.
Oo nga eh. Alam nyo, actually this week,
Lakwatsero talaga.
medyo sinulit natin itong lakwatsa natin at dalawa ang pinuntahan ko.
Ba?
Wow!
Hindi
Mga
lang
dalawa
isa,
ka na
kundi
ngayon.
dalawa.
Iba na.
Nalakwatsa.
Mierda yan.
Hindi nalakwatsa.
Ibang klase. O sige na, so dahil dalawa to, wag na nating hintayin pa. Tell us, who do you have for this week?
Okay, for the first one, yung first stop ko, yun nga yung Pandesal Boys. Ang
Yan.
Philippine team na water polo. So yan, pinuntahan natin sila sa Tondo, Manila. At abangan nyo na lang, tingnan natin kung ano yung ginawa ko at sino yung nakasama ko dito.
Yan.
Sino
Let's watch
kaya?
this.
Sa ngayon kasi dahil sa 2 years na off namin, so ngayon ang main goal namin is to keep them fit. So more on conditioning program kami. At the same time, pinapasukan namin mga individual skills. So yun ang kailangan namin muna. Yun yung priority namin. Expectations, dahil nga dun sa pandemic, hindi namin alam kung paano yung magiging result, ano? Pero always we'll do our best. Kaya bago yung main event namin, meron kami naka-line up na mga exposures. So meron kami ngayon competitions, may invitation kami ngayon sa Singapore, na isa yon na isang test namin para malaman anong level ng kami ngayon after 2 months. So from there, malaman namin kung ano pa yung dapat namin gawin at habulin para sa Asian Games.
For water polo in the country, syempre, alam naman natin na medyo matagal kaming na-stop for the training and competition because of the pandemic. Pero right now, we're back sa training, balik na rin yung competition. Naghahanda kami for the Challengers Cup in Singapore. It's gonna be in May 18 to 22. Naghahanda na yung mga players natin. For other development, meron din kami mga ginagawang programa, lalo na ngayon sa Manila. At ang Maynila Water Polo Program na under ng Manila Sports Council. Nandito to help the Manila Sports Council dahil syempre gusto ng Manila na maging water polo capital ang City of Manila.
So far, wala pa kaming isang buwan na nag-training pero parang bumalik na agad kami doon sa fit namin dati na although hindi pa 100% pero lampas na ng 50%.
Last games, silver kami. So, mataas yung expectation nila sa amin. So, mas tatasan pa namin yung expectation nila na makita namin yung best namin this coming competition sa Asian Games.
Sa akin, magandang magiging expectation ng mga sumusuporta sa amin dahil kami, uhaw na uhaw kaming manalo uli. Gawa nung last na SEA Games na nag-silver kami, medyo ano pa kami doon, gusto namin malampasan pa yon. So 2 taong kaming natigil, so uhaw kami, kami ng mga teammates ko. So maganda to, magandang laban ito. Oh, sige nga Garen, subukan mo nga itong sports namin ng water polo kung makaya mo ba?
Yes.
Tara, dali!
Okay, guys, challenge accepted. Pero teka lang, dalawa kayo, mag-isa lang ako eh. Tatawag mo na ang backup, okay lang?
Sige!
Sige. O sige, ito na, ito na.
Uy!
At Chaser the Whale nandito. Pero teka lang, ba't may floaters?
Siyempre, pang pida eh. Pagka tinanggal ko to, baka talunin natin itong 2 national team player natin.
Yan ha. Kaya abangan nyo. Ano, ready ka na?
Ready?
Tara.
Ayos!
Tara.
Wala. National team player talaga. Talo tayo. Ikaw naman.
Okay guys, ayun na nga, nasubukan natin yung sport na water polo, kasama pa natin ang national team. Pero yun nga, hindi talaga biro, pero masaya naman. At saka kung kaya ko, mas kaya nyo. Kaya kita-kits sa susunod natin na...
Kita mo naman, Reese, ha? Yan yung pinagbigyan namin ni Garen national team eh.
Kaya mapapahiya.
Yeah.
2019 silver medalists
Lang naman.
ng SEA Games, ng Southeast Asian
Kasama
Games.
ka pala.
And that was a lot of fun. Sakto kasi summer.
Summer, tama.
So hindi pa na madali.
Yun ang enjoy doon.
Hindi madali. Mahirap yung sport na yun, kaya kayo na lang. Hindi namin kaya.
Pero
Pag-isal boys
ano
na lang.
no, it's nice Garen kasi yung water polo prior to the Southeast Asian Games success that they were able to achieve, to be honest, it wasn't, there in the spotlight. And now they're gaining attention, di ba?
Yeah. At saka it was good to try it out with, syempre, with Sir Waylon. At nakita namin yung hirap din na dinadaanan nila every week para lang prepare for their competition.
Nice. So that's just one half of the Lakwacha.
Oo nga.
Yes, so
May isa pa.
this week also, alam naman natin na opening na ng UAAP Season 84 at pumunta ako sa press conference dito lang sa TV5 Media Center.
Wala kami dyan.
Let's watch it.
Okay mga ka-chasers, nandito tayo ngayon sa TV5 Media Center kung saan sasamahan niyo ako sa press conference ng Season 84 ng UAAP. Nagbabalik muli ang collegiate sports sa bansa at syempre, hindi tayo nagpahuli sa mga kaganapan nitong nakaraang linggo. Kompleto rin ang UAAP board members at representatives ng bawat university na dumalo sa press conference ng Season 84.
We also encourage all the stakeholders and followers of the league to do your share in
Expect that we will still have a very exciting, competitive, exhilarating UAAP season despite all the limitations that we have. So hopefully from no audience to a little more audience and opening it up fully and really having a wonderful time for everyone.
Probably their own rhythm, and we'll see probably better basketball, and hopefully it'll stay competitive right throughout the competition.
Of course, you expect the same level of competition from all the schools, much as we have an abbreviated season, and of course we only have very limited events. We expect all the schools to give their best to show us that there's no excuse that nowadays we are in a different world from 2 years ago. So we expect that and the fans also to start coming back and viewing us and supporting our athletes.
It's really a blessing. Thank you to, of course, Tito Miko and Boom also. They're guiding me, and I really never imagined, dati naririnig ko lang yung name ko na tinatawag ni Boom. Now I'll be working with him, and I'm really excited.
Pinakilala rin ang UAAP Season 84 analyst, anchors at pati na rin ang 18 new correspondents na magre-report para sa 8 UAAP schools.
Redfern, we're working on having spectators back by the second round. So
we are inviting all of you to keep on supporting the UAAP Season 84 by following all of its official platforms, the UAAP Varsity Channel, Cignal Play, One Sports, and Smart Giga Play app.
I'm Paolo Del Rosario,
And I'm Gretchen Ho.
saying goodbye for now and see you at the games.
Ramdam na nga ang excitement ng lahat na matutuloy na rin ang Season 84 at asahan nating gaganda palalo ang UAAP experience pagdating ng second round kung saan papayagan na muling magkaroon ng live audience sa arena.
I'm inviting everyone who is interested in collegiate sports, but also those that really would like to experience what exciting games will be. Watch UAAP Season 84. We promise you will have a great time.
At yun na nga, all set and ready to go na. Kaya ako sobrang excited na at siguradong excited na rin kayo lahat mapanood ang mga games. Kaya ano pa ba hinihintay nyo? Tutok na sa mga games ng UAAP Season 84.
Nice.
Exciting.
Oo.
Di ba?
Kailangan lamierda yun.
Nakalain.
Hindi na miyam na napansin.
We're just so excited that finally, again, after 2 years, the UAAP is back. Thank you, Garen, for taking us to the press conference. And today, nangyari na nga yung opening ceremonies plus back-to-back games.
Dami,
4 games.
Apat yan.
Nakakapagod. Uwian yan, alas 12 ng gabi.
Ibang klase. And Apat, I
Grabe
think,
naman
has
yun.
more information.
Yes, oo. Today, nagbalik na ang collegiate sports sa bansa, no? Sa muling pagbubukas ng UAAP. Season 84 nga ang what was unveiled today, ano? Ito ang unang pagkakataon sa loob ng 2 taon na makakalaro ulit ang mga college athletes natin. Bagamat limited muna ito sa men's basketball, women's volleyball, at cheer dance competition. According to organizers of the UAAP, meron din palang PUMSE, and men's and women's chess and beach volleyball. Ganyan talaga ang buhay. Nakabalik sila after matagal din
2 years
ito.
din, ha?
Not only the league itself and not only the schools, but more importantly, the athletes. Sila yung gusto nilang talaga makapaglaro because they represent their schools. Attorney Rizzo?
The games were on today, and I think we only have so far the results of the first game.
Yes.
Meron ba tayong numbers if you guys can help me through it? The
Yes.
FEU Tamaraws
Winning.
went on to defeat the UST Growling
UST,
Tigers.
ano nangyari sa inyo?
76-51, naka-UST
Naka-UST ako.
Yun na nga ba?
Mongualpes, itayo natin ang UST.
51?
Yes, 76-51.
Nangyari.
Where RJ Abarientos had 18 points
Oo nga, tama.
and 5 rebounds.
Wow,
Napanood ko kanina, may
Grabe.
konting kilos sa
Johnny A,
hawig ni Johnny A. Yung mga
Shake
head
and
and
bake.
shoulder
Sayaw-sayaw.
technique. Oo. Galing.
Galing. And then, of course, the other games that are on deck this afternoon, the Adamson Soaring Falcons going up against the NU Bulldogs. Andiyan ang Ateneo Blue Eagles,
Uy.
isa sa mga pinakaabangan.
Battle
With
sa Tipunan.
the UP
Oo.
Fighting Maroons,
Ayan,
that's right, the Battle of the Katipunan. And DLSU Green
Ayan.
Archers versus
Ayan,
the
napakala si Garen.
Si Garen.
Let's go.
Red Warriors.
Nag-aantay
Garen, they mentioned in the press conference, and we heard it too, but if you can give us more information, soon enough, pwede na daw mga fans.
Yes, ang
Uy,
plan is mga second round daw ng UAP, baka pwede na ang mga fans sa MOA Arena. So, talagang maaabangan natin yan. At manonood tayo, syempre.
But let's expect then, when that happens, yung pag-comply pa rin sa
Siyempre.
protocols.
Siyempre.
Yun ang mahalaga dyan.
protocols.
Pero isa sa napansin ko, Riz, yung courtside na reporters.
Full
Kagaya mo,
blast, no?
Ang dami.
Oo nga, ang dami.
18.
The
no?
more,
Ang
the
dami.
merrier. Oo.
Siguro magkaroon tayo ng isang courtside episode, ano?
Kulang yung 2 hours.
Lakwatsa natin yun.
Si Garen.
Puntahan natin lahat yan.
Sige, ikaw. Sisimple ka pa, ha?
And also, of course, the pool of talents for the broadcast team. You know, Jude Torquato is back.
Jude,
on air. So if you guys, please watch the UAAP games through the UAAP Varsity channel. That's channel 263 on high definition. Mapapanood nyo rin syempre ang UAAP sa One Sports, Cignal Play, and Smart Giga app. This is only the first day of the competition. Mahaba at masaya. So please, make sure that you're able to catch it. Di ba? Ang ganda. Yung lakwatsa ni Garen, patikim pa lamang yan. Kasi later on, we'll talk more about the UAAP. Ano pa? Bisita? Ready na ba yung mga bisita natin?
Volleyball, yung mga crush ni Abac, ni Jerry.
oo nga.
Di ba?
At may usapan pa tayong NBA. Kaya wag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang The Chasedown. Chasedown. We want to say hello to those that are watching us, lalo na dun sa mga nanonood sa atin via, of course, sa Facebook live stream, and those that are watching us via PBA Rush and Cignal Play app. Yung mga nagmamaneho po na nakikinig sa Radyo 5 92.3 News FM, magandang hapon po sa inyo. Sana nag-enjoy po kayo. May mga babatiin ba kayo? Waylon?
Ay, naku, eto. Sabi nga, by all means, happy birthday, Olmin Leyva of the Philippine Star. Siyempre, ito rin. From Spin.ph, John Henry, Mariano, happy birthday.
Si Jam.
Si Jam. Hindi mo na kung opisina mo. At ito, dating PBA.
Mascot.
Hindi, si Louie Mercado nag-birthday. At ito rin, PBA, Nelly. Happy birthday, Nelly Tibacares. Happy birthday. Ito pa, Nate Barreto, boss. Happy birthday.
Nate.
Leslie Lopez, pinsan niyo, happy birthday sa US. At ito, idol, Ryan Aranya.
Yan!
Ay, si Ryan. Idol
Happy
yan.
birthday!
Luis Manzano, ha?
Nakakuha mo pa yun.
Naalala ko yung mga pranks niya sa bubble.
Okay, next.
Okay, next.
Ako, puro belated happy birthday to.
Sino?
Belated happy birthday, PBA Chief Statistician, Fidel Mangonon.
Fidelski, happy birthday!
Yes,
Uy, grabe nagsulo kayo Kita ko yun Thank you for the invite, guys. Matagal-tagal tayo magkakaibigan, ngayon lang ako karamdam ng left out
Wala ka nun. Tsaka Tribune Managing Editor Aldrin Cardona, get well din
Oo nga.
And belated happy birthday Tsaka sa kasamahan ko rin sa Spin.ph, Kate Reyes.
Uy, Kate!
Happy birthday, Kate!
Kate!
Bunso namin yan, bunso.
Oo nga, sipag yan si Kate. Abak, you got
Yes.
some greets.
Oo, ako, belated happy birthday din to Mary Jo Fran, the wife of
Ay,
Patrick.
ni Patrick,
pamangkin
happy
ko yan,
birthday,
naman. So,
Happy
batiin ko
birthday.
na rin yung family, Ate Jenny, Magic, Maui, and Jamie.
Mami Belen, si Mami Belen.
Mami Belen. And ito, nanonood daw siya. Erika Rualo, Teddy Vic, and Teddy and Nanet. And also, papasalamat lang ako sa internet lang. Yung mga tumulong sa akin last week, nung masiraan ako dyan sa Kalayaan sa Pasig. Tinulungan nila ako. Nasiraan
Nataw, hindi.
Hindi naman. Pero malaking tulong yung mga ginawa nila.
Yung binigay ko sa'yo.
Takatak boys ba yan? Mga takatak boys?
Pati nagtitinda ng buko dyan.
Ayan.
Maraming salamat sa inyo po.
Alright, mamaya babati pa tayo, but let's greet first the King James for being second all-time leading scorer in the NBA. Waylon.
Eto na nga, ang daming nagbunyi ang Lakers Nation.
Ikaw,
Pati yung mga milyong fans ni LBJ dahil
galing
pangalawa na
Galing
sa
naman
all-time scoring list ng NBA si LeBron James. Matapos lampasan ang former Utah Jazz legend Karl Malone. Ito talagang si LeBron alam naman natin scorer yan dahil si LeBron meron ng 36,928 points. Samantalang si Malone nag-score ng driving layup sa second quarter ng laban nila kontra Washington kung saan nanalo ang Wizards. Talo sila 127-119. Binigyan naman ng standing ovation ng audience sa Washington si LeBron dahil sa record na ito na kanyang nagawa. Ngayon ay si Kareem Abdul-Jabbar na lang ang nasa itaas at nananatiling scoring record holder with 38,387 points.
Jabbar.
Oo, yung
Si Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Si Jabbar yung
Unano. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Anong restaurant yun?
Sa Hobbit House. Hobbit House.
Kareem, LeBron, Karl Malone, Kobe Bryant, tama ba? Or Jordan?
Yes, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, then Michael Jordan.
Nice.
Siyempre, yan ang dagot.
Tama.
Malagpasan niya kaya?
Nabanggit mo yung Hobbit House. Gusto ko doon Minsan may waiter ako doon. Waiter, order, ganyan. Ano pangalan mo? Gidaben.
Pero magandang tanong yun kay Jerry.
Malagpasan kaya?
Ni LeBron
Kaya?
Tingin mo?
With maybe 2-3 more years?
Yes. Tama. Tingin
Pwede
ko
pa.
Kaya yan, kaya. So, to all the NBA fans, tuloy po ang pagtutok dito sa Signal for the exciting NBA games Yes, what's exciting now is we have our guests.
Yeah?
Ipakilala na natin.
Ako excited ako eh.
Eh, talaga. Eto na.
Sige na, ikaw na, Riz.
Oo nga eh, sayang hindi studio. But nevertheless, we're so happy that they can join us this afternoon kasi alam natin na puspusan ang ensayo. You know, their schedules are super hectic and they are here with us, giving us time to be able to catch up. Matagal-tagal na rin yung huli natin naging kwentuhan with these two ladies. Kung di ako nagkakamali, yung isa dito, nag-demo sa atin ng parang workout that we can do at home. Nung kasadsaran ng, ng quarantine. So, let's first introduce a good friend of ours who happens to be a UAAP champion herself, di ba? 2015 PSL All-Filipino Finals MVP. Three-time Philippine Superliga First Best Outside Spiker. And now is the team captain for the Cignal HD Spikers. One of the prettiest faces in volleyball and one of the most talented. We have Rachel Anne Daquis.
Nasaan na? Rachel!
Rachel!
Pakita ka na!
Nandyan ba si
Ano
Rachel?
ba yung pinapa-excite pa na?
Ayan na.
Ayan na.
Ayan, no?
Sino siya?
Bagong
Bagong ligo ka ba?
fresh from shower.
Nakatapos lang training, tumakbo kami kasi may interview kami.
Okay, wait.
Kaya ganito na yan. Laban na to.
Alam mo, ikaw lang talaga yung bagong gising,
Beauty
bagong
pa rin
ligo.
no?
Walang ayos-ayos, fresh pa rin.
Bagong ligo.
Thank you.
Parang gusto ko nang mag-walk out. Pero hindi, eto na. Walking in, kasi kasama ni Rachel tumakbo is NCAA champion naman, best digger in season 84. Also, 2019 PSL All-Filipino Best Libero and playing the best libero for the Cignal HD Spikers who's undefeated so far. We have Jheck Dionela on the show.
Bagong ligo.
Bagong ligo rin yata.
Baligo muna kaya tayo.
Kami hindi pa kami naliligo.
Nagmadali kami.
Parang nagkaubusan ng shampoo.
Sorry po talaga.
Punas muna yung rutina.
No, it's all right. We're happy that you guys are with us. Congratulations. 3-0, correct? Coming into the quarterfinals. Hindi madali yun. After being, again, pre-pandemic, di ba, na kondisyon, sanay tayo, tapos biglang, okay, may volleyball, walang volleyball, babalik, and all that. Rachel, take us through the first few weeks of PVL. Kamusta ang we know that the performance has been good for Cignal HD Spikers, pero do you think the team is already at its peak, ready for the quarterfinals? Are we working on some things? Kamusta kayo?
Siguro, malaking factor yung naging performance namin last season. So, yun yung naging isa sa motivation na namin na ayaw namin ulit mangyari yun. So, talaga nag-prepare kami. So, kahit pre-season, nagtitraining na kami, conditioning, kompleto, bola, nakakapag-bola din kami. And ayun, nagiging maganda naman talaga resulta. Naniniwala kasi ako sa yung complete preparation. Unlike nung last season namin, 1 month lang kaming nag-prepare. After, diba, 2 years of without volleyball, hindi kami nakakapaglaro. 1 buwan lang kami nag-prepare nun. So yun, kahit papano, hindi pa din naman yun yung pwede mong idahilan. Kasi syempre, isa kang atleta, nag-training ka naman, hindi ka nagpabaya. Pero yun nga, yun yung motivation namin na ayaw na namin ulit mangyari yun. Kaya talaga nag-prepare kami.
Okay. Ako naman ang magtatanong po for both of you. You have the twice, ang ganda kasi ng signal ngayon. Lakas ng signal. You have the twice to beat advantage against Bali Pure. Well, we know you swept the elimination round, 3-0 yata ito. Pero mag-iiba ba ang approach niyo pagdating sa playoffs? Jheck and Rachel?
Sino mauna?
Ako na, okay.
Yan, magiging tayo.
Pressure po ba? Yung mag-iiba yung pressure? Ganon?
Yes,
Sorry,
yung approach and pwede na din. You can talk about if there's pressure ba?
Yeah. So actually, kailangan namin ma-maintain kung ano yung fire ng team namin. And yung nangyari sa amin, yung elimination, naging maganda, meron din mga lapses, so hindi pa siya ganun ka-perfect. So ayun, inaaral pa din namin, mas nagpo-focus kami sa mga weaknesses namin, mas tinututukan kami ni Coach Shaq para kahit anong, di ba, syempre, malakas din yung Bali Pure, malakas lahat ng kalaban, para ready din po kami.
Coach Shaq nga pala.
Yes.
Okay, next question, Jerry.
Si Jheck, hindi pa ba?
Jheck? Si Jheck nga pala.
Pasagutin mo naman si Jheck.
Siguro may pressure naman po talagang kasama, pero syempre, nag-prepare, alam po naman po namin nag-prepare kami. Tapos, bawat game we treat as a championship game. I mean, step by step naman po yung ginagawa namin. And dahil alam namin na nag-prepare kami, may confidence din na kasama na alam namin na tama yung ginagawa namin na sana i-maintain plus dagdagan pa namin yung mga magaganda namin pinaperform dun sa may league.
Okay.
Next. Di ba kayo nasa isang kwarto lang?
Para magkatalikod lang kayo.
Di ba kayo magkatabi? Baka
Nasa ibang room po.
Nasa ibang room. Okay. Hindi, ito, Jheck and Rachel, alam natin, ang tagal nyo na sa Cignal and yung familiarity nyo with each other, malaking bagay ba yun sa paglalaro nyo with Cignal HD Spikers? Bukod, despite na, syempre, ang dami na rin mga, kumbaga, come and go na mga teammates niyo. Si Rachel.
Siyempre, yun po, volleyball is a team sport. So ngayong season na to, 90% ng team namin is bago. So kami lang ni Jheck talaga yung original. And what's kumbaga sa positive side talaga, and we are blessed na sobrang ang bilis mag-gel nung team namin. Like may bagong pasok sila sila Riri, sila Araneta, sila Angel Cayuna. Ngayon lang namin sila naging teammate as a whole talaga na hindi pa kami nagsasama-sama before. Si Cesa Petron, but the rest hindi ko pa talaga nakasama. Pero, di ba, iba yung feeling na pag naglalaro kami sa court, parang yun nga lagi namin sinasabi, but parang ang tagal na natin magkakasama. So siguro, it's our choice. Choice namin na gano'n namin titignan yung team namin na kailangan or mas better na iisipin namin na hindi mo titingnan yung side na bago kami. Mas titingnan namin yung side na ito yung gusto namin manalo. Mag-work kami together kasi meron kaming goal. Sama-sama kami. And although bago lang kami as a team, pero yung mas pipiliin, nangingibabaw ko ano ba yung choice ng bawat isa. Ang choice namin is maglalaro kami together. And magsistick kami sa plan.
Yan. Jheck?
Yeah.
Ikaw naman?
Actually, nagulat din ako na ang bilis namin nakabuo ng chemistry tsaka nakapag-gelling kami ng mabilis. Siguro may factor din na naging teammates na rin namin before yung mga iba naming teammates ngayon like Ces, naging teammates ko na siya before sa national team. Tapos, lahat kasi sila coachable, kaya parang ang dali din namin na nabuo yung chemistry namin and ayun nga, very lucky kami na sila talaga yung mga piniling players na maglaro po sa amin.
Ilan taon na ba kayo magkasama sa Cignal ni Rachel? Jheck?
5 years.
Wow. Aba na.
Sintagal ng Chasedown.
Oo nga. No? Hindi naman kayo nagsasawa sa
Isa't isa.
Hindi naman.
Lagi nga kami magkasama, sabay pa kami kumakain minsan.
Wow, yeah.
Parang ating isa't isa.
Parang kapatid na yung turingan talaga namin.
Tama. Yan ang magandang sa mahabang samahan. Waylon?
Eto, kung maalala niyo, Rachel, kumare ka namin. Raiko. Manikad.
Si Raiko.
Anak ni parang Julius.
Ay, oo, si Kuya Jules. Oo, pare ko yan.
Kumare natin to si Rachel
Tama.
Pero ito, Rachel, syempre, and Jheck, di ba? Yung na-mention kanina ni Rachel, yung yung nangyari sa inyo the previous conference, di ba? Na-mention mo yung preparation nga. Pero ano yung nag-iba sa inyo sa Cignal HD Spikers? Yung kumbaga, nadala nyo. Kaya nagkaroon kayo ng perfect record so far this season.
Siguro po yung mas naging kumpleto yung team. Mas naging, kumbaga, na-fill in lahat ng mga kakulangan. And saludo naman din po ako sa mga naging teammates ko before. Talagang tinry namin yung best namin talaga na maiyahon yung team last season. And ngayon po, we are lucky na magkaroon na kami ng mga teammates na talagang alam mong mga palaban. Grabe talaga. So, si Cignal ngayon, buong-buong lalaban. Parang gano'n.
Yan.
Kasi kumpiga talaga.
Laban tayo, Signal eh. Di ba?
Oo, lalaban tayo.
Jex, ikaw naman.
Yun nga po, same lang din. Siguro ito yung redemption season namin kasi coming from yung poor performance talaga namin last conference. Siguro yun yung naging motivation namin para mag-practice pa ng maigi, na wag maging complacent, na kailangan, dahil nga given yung situation, kailangan hindi ka magpapabaya. And talagang kung gusto mo makuha yung ganung goal, kailangan tanggapin mo lahat ng tinuturo ni coach. Kasi yun talagang parang isa din sa naging factor sa amin ngayon si Coach siya. Kasi talagang pinupush niya kami sa limit namin this time around. Kasi last time, hindi niya kami ganun ma-push kasi nga galing nga kami ng mahabang pahinga. So, yun nga, yung mga injuries, kailangan ni dahil hindi nga po pwedeng ipilit dahil nagiging cause ng injuries. Kaya maganda rin na nangyari na mahaba yung preparation namin. And sobrang kudos sa coaching staff namin, sa Cignal management, and syempre sa mga players na willing talagang matuto. And ang maganda pa dito, isa lang yung mindset namin this conference talaga. And syempre, yun, yung leadership ni Ate Rachel na nagmo-motivate sa amin everyday na ibigay talaga namin yung best namin dahil ito talaga yung chance namin para makabawi from last season.
Nice.
Rachel and Jex, no, yung after nitong tournament nito, I'm sure yung focus yun sa campaign with Cignal. Pero after this, I think, Mare, national team.
Kaya na nila yon, kaya na ng mga ng mga bata yon. So supportahan natin sila.
Okay. Good.
Hey, you know what's nice also is we have good news na babalik na pala yung mga fans for volleyball.
Wow. Tama.
Wow.
Ang saya. Rachel, may nagpapabati daw. Bati mo daw yung solid taytay.
Yan.
Sulit?
Solid.
Solid.
Solid taytay.
Yan,
Hello
solid.
sa inyo, guys. Laban.
May fans club ka ron.
Oo. But how good does that feel? Jack, ikaw muna. To have the fans finally back in the stadiums. Mapapanood na nila kayo ulit. And I'm sure as players, you get energies from them also, di ba?
Ako
ba?
Yes, Jack.
Ano yung question? Nagbabounce kasi.
Okay.
Ano lang, nakaka-excite na magbabalik na ang mga fans.
Siyempre nakaka-excite po kasi ang tagal din talagang nawala yung excitement na may mga nanonood sa'yo, may nag-cheer sa'yo. And ang dami na rin talaga nagme-message sa akin na gusto nila manood. And may factor din kasi yun iba yung kapag may nakifeel kang presence ng mga, alam mong sumusuporta sa'yo. Kaya I'm very excited na makikita na namin finally yung mga fans namin and yung, syempre, yung mga support ng family namin. Finally.
Rachel, ikaw, who would have thought, di ba, na yung volleyball, at that time, kinukwento ko sa kanila when we started playing UAAP, FEU ka, nasa Ateneo Blue Eagle Gym lang kami noon. I would say lang, kasi ngayon, grabe na yung kailangan na venue para sa volleyball fans. And noon, mabibilang-bilang mo yung nanonood. Ang layo na narating ng volleyball, no?
Oo, super. And happy din ako naging part kami ng history na yon. And ayun, happy kami na babalik na din yung fans. Matagal na din sila talaga mga nag-tweet, nagme-message, kailan ba yung pwedeng manood, kailan ba yung live, ganyan. And di ba nga, lagi ko sinasabi, wala kami sa kung ano man ang kinatatayuan namin ngayon, kung wala yung suporta ng mga nagmamahal sa atin, yung mga, yun nga, tinatawag ko sila supporters. And yun, sobrang solid lang talaga nila, lalong-lalo na through ups and downs, sa Cignal, sa akin, kay Jheck, manalo, matalo, nandyan sila. Solid, as talagang, as original, parang talagang kahit anong mangyari, paglalabang kanila. So, iyan yung reward namin sa kanila na lagi kaming kondisyon, mabigyan namin sila ng magandang game, alam mo yun, nang matuwa sila. So, ayun, yun yung way namin to give back sa mga sumuporta sa atin. Sa unang-una pala hanggang ngayon, nandyan talaga sila.
Ayan na, naku, mas nag-iinit ang summer dahil sa volleyball action na matutunghayan nila. Your messages for the fans. Simulan natin kay Jheck.
Po?
Message.
Message ka pa. Hindi ko
Message
talaga
na sa
narinig
jowa.
pag siya.
Nagbabounce nga.
Message, ayun nga, we're very, very excited na i-welcome again yung fans sa arena and sana patuloy niyo pong supportahan yung team namin and gagawin namin yung very, very best namin this conference, lalong-lalo na sa mga patuloy pa rin na sumusuporta sa amin, sa family namin, and sa Cignal management, syempre, na all-out support from the start. And yun, and sana no injuries. Yun lang yung healthy, na matapos tong conference na healthy lahat.
Eh, si Jheck naman is not called the Iron Lady of, Philippine volleyball without all those challenges na kinaharap niya. Rachel, bago yung message mo, the UAAP is back! Napaka-exciting din kasi dalawang taon na nawala yung UAAP. Your messages to the fans and to the UAAP fans na rin.
Siyempre, magbabalik na yung pinaka-favorite natin na liga ng college. Sobrang sarap, sobrang nakakamiss maglaro sa UAP. Yung drums pa lang, alam mo yun? Minsan nga inisip ko, parang gusto ko din magkaroon ng ganon sa PBL. So, ayun, excited ako sa kanila. Basta lagi namin pinipray sa lahat ng events, lahat ng sports event na matapos lagi ang season na walang napapano, walang na-injured. Kasi ang sakit sa puso na makita mo yung isang atleta na co-athlete mo na bumabaksak sa court. So yan talaga yung pinagpa-pray namin. And para sa fans to, para sa mga taong sumusuporta, sa mga fanatics, para sa inyo itong laro namin na to.
Ayan, anyayahan natin sila, Cignal HD Spikers. Your next games in the quarterfinals. Go ahead.
Oo nga.
Jheck, invite them to the games of Cignal.
Kailan ang next game?
First of all, gusto ko magpasalamat sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa teams namin, sa mga fans na, yun nga, continue yung support nila. And I'm inviting you all to watch our game on Monday, the start of the quarterfinals sa San Juan Arena. Anong oras yung game natin dahil? 3 p.m.?
San Juan pala,
3
San Juan
p.m.
Arena.
And hopefully, maging safe ang lahat and maging successful yung pagbabalik ng mga fans. See you all and love you.
Uy, love you din, ha?
Cap sa Lunes na, quarterfinals. Good luck, ha?
Thank you! Thank you!
Oo nga, good luck sa inyo.
Rachel, panonoodin ka namin, ha?
Yan.
Laban tayo!
Laban, Cignal.
Yan, tama. Let's go, Cignal HD Spikers.
Let's go, Cignal! Thank you, Cignal! Sir Ogie.
There you have it, Jheck Dionela and Rachel Anne Daquis. Thank you, ladies.
Si Coach Shaq, batiin na rin na.
Coach Shaq, miss ka na namin.
Hindi na tayo nagkantahan.
Galing kumanta yan, si Coach Shaq.
And of course, the rest of the Cignal HD Spikers, ganun na rin, the rest of the women playing in the PVL kasi talagang, the competition in the volleyball scene wouldn't be this intense kung wala yung dedication nila in spite of the challenges brought about the pandemic. So, continue supporting them. Panoorin ang PVL Open Conference dito lamang sa Cignal, One Sports or One Sports Plus. Meron pa tayong mga pag-uusapan ng mga iba't iba pang kwento mula sa
NBA.
nangyari this past few days.
Ako na ba? Hindi, may breaking news lang muna, Riz.
Sige.
Nanalo yung NU Bulldogs over the Adamson Falcons.
Uy, dikit.
71-69. Kakatapos lang.
Ano kayo nangyari?
Yes, lumamang ang NU ng 14 points. But nakahabol ang Adamson, but still fell short of winning. No?
Ganda. Sports Blitz
update
tayo.
natin yan. Yes, Sports Blitz.
Yun.
Mahaba pa naman ang oras. Kailangan bang blitz to?
Bagalan mo lang.
Hindi, ito. Unang-una, Kyrie Irving ng Brooklyn Nets. Makakalaro na muli sa home games dahil sa pagbabago ng vaccine mandates sa New York.
Correct.
Ang swerte naman si
Some of the states are really changing their mandates. They're dropping their masks.
Yes. Tama, no? Tama. Kaya swerte ng Brooklyn. Brooklyn Nets at syempre.
Ngayon, nasa number 7 yan with Kyrie Irving returning sa lineup.
Lahat ng games.
Pwede. Napakadelikado ng team na yan going to the playoffs. Kaya good luck, Philadelphia 76ers.
And James Harden.
James Harden. Good luck sa
Joel
inyo.
Embiid, lagot.
Ayaw ni Kong Noli Ayala yan, ha?
Hi, Com, sorry.
Si Ben Simmons
Pasensya
na
na.
nawawala.
Oo. Next, Yumir Marshall, nakatakda ng second professional bout sa Las Vegas kontra kay Isaiah Hart. Yan, sa April 9 yan, ha?
Punta
sa
ba
Las
tayo?
Vegas. Sana. Next, Philippine Women's National Football Team umangat sa number 54 sa FIFA World Rankings. Dahil yan yung sa qualify nila sa FIFA World Cup. EJ Obiena at 8 iba pang Pinoy athletes ginawaran ng Olympic Solidarity Scholarship ng International Olympic Committee. Yan, 8 yan. Walang kasama si Sam Katangtan dyan.
Isa yan sa
Nice.
scholar of the Olympic Solidarity ng IOC.
So, congratulations sa inyo.
Yes.
Yes, at world number 1, Ashley Barty. Oo nga, no, sorpresang nag-anunsyo ng pagre-retiro mula sa professional tennis sa edad na 25 anyos. Batang-bata.
Bihira. So young and
nagsawa.
naas number 1.
Yes, oo.
She
totoo.
quit
Mukhang
tennis.
nagsawa.
Nagsawa na siya sa mga travels daw.
Dagdag ko lang mga ka-chasers, yung sa ating News Blitz, yung Manila Water Polo program, grassroots program, nag-umpisa na. So lahat ng distrito ng Manila, 6 districts yan, under the Manila Sports Council, magkakaroon ng programa para makatuklas ng bagong water polo talents. Yan.
Tama.
Baka lumipat si Wila ng water polo. Hindi na.
Habang summer, doon sila
Oo,
sa
tama,
swimming pool
habang
mag-training.
Yes, correct. Dahil gusto rin ng Manila na maging
Capital.
water polo capital of the
Capital,
Philippines.
yes.
Wow, nice. Well, there's so much going on in, the world of sports. Not only here, but also abroad.
Ganun na lang yun.
Pero again, let's just recap. PVL is already in the quarterfinals.
Yes.
So kung nagbabalak po kayo syempreng manood ng games, pakaabangan because soon enough, they will be announcing again on the rules and the guidelines. Jerry.
Libre ba? Libre? Hindi ko.
Wala, yun nga.
Wala, no?
We'll have to get more information on it, but most definitely,
Kinakabahan na naman ako sa ticket.
most definitely, pwede na ang fans. And what a good timing to watch kasi quarterfinals. And speaking of good timing, the PBA semifinals.
All out na.
Oh, Mola Pesha Arena tomorrow. 4 p.m. Meralco versus Magnolia and 6:30 p.m. Barangay Nebra versus NLEX.
Finals na ba, Jerry? Finals
Sa
na.
recap, Jerry, again,
hirap.
Ginebra just needs to win that game.
Yes, NLEX, do or die ang NLEX dyan. Kailangan nilang ma-sweep the next 3 games para makapag-finals.
Tries to beat pala.
Oo, ang
Ginebra.
Ginebra. Oo.
Katulad nung binalikan natin yung sinabi ni Coach Jeff Cariaso, one of the many things he learned from Coach Tim Cohn is to win in the right time.
Tama. Playoff team talaga yung yun.
Oo, no?
Pero sinabi rin naman ni Coach Jeff Cariaso,
Na?
Coach Ye, hindi naman basta-basta
naman.
Miski si Coach Ye, sinabi niya,
Yes.
during the press conference last night after the game, hindi pa tapos yan. Hindi pa tapos ang labada, darling.
Actually, sabi ni Coach Cheng, one win can change the complexion of the series. So,
bukas dapat yun.
Yes, tama. Otherwise, wala.
Also, syempre, alam din natin, the other side of the series is an incredible series
Ayan,
with Magnolia and Meralco. Anong oras ulit ang laro nila?
6:35 p.m.
6:35
Daming
Sa
tao.
Mall of Asia pa rin.
Yes, daming tao.
Anong oras ka nandun?
Sabi naman ni Coach Jeff sa Magnolia Meralco, Game 5.
Yes,
Oo nga,
oo
last
nga,
2
game
minutes.
5.
Ako din.
Pwede.
Diba? Oo.
Very possible.
Possible.
With the game being played very close.
2-1, 2-2 yan. 2-1, 2-2.
When we get to the finals, Jerry, para lang malinaw,
Yes.
it's best of 7.
Best of 7. Yes,
Best of 7.
And para lang malinaw, pag finals na, mahirap po ang ticket.
Ticket. Oh, yan ha.
Napakahirap. Sobrang hirap.
Parang yung water polo experience mo.
Oo nga, na sobrang hirap ha.
Oo nga.
Oo nga. Bibilib ka doon sa mga water polo athletes natin kasi hindi siya napakahirap na sport, Riz, Abak, Jerry, kasi
Yes, sir.
sa swimming, ha? Swimming na lang nga, mahirap
Oo naman.
Yun pang para ka mag-float.
Malalim ba? Malalim.
Hindi, hanggang dito ko lang.
Okay.
Kaya pala...
Naka-floaters. Pero yun lang, para ka mag-score sa goal, di ba? Yung napakahirap, kaya bibilib ka dun sa Pandesal boys natin dahil hindi biro yung sport na water polo. And also, bakbakan yan. Bakbakan talaga. Yung normal sa kanila yung...
Nakakapagod yun.
Nasisiko, natatadyakan sa ilalim ng pool. Normal sa kanila yun. So talagang napaka-physical na sport ang water polo. So, saludo tayo. Sabi ko nga, di ba?
Hindi ka nagubad, ha?
Hindi ka nagubad. Baka makita yung ano natin, eh. Anong tawag mo kanina?
Nutriban.
Nutriban. Yung bakit tayo Nutriban, eh.
But thank you to the water polo team of the Philippines for being generous and sharing with us, of course, that experience with Garen Elorde. We want to thank also our guests, Rachel Anne Daquis and Jheck Dionela. Alam natin kahit busy sila, ay nagbadaling maligo para lamang makakwentuhan tayo.
Nahiya tuloy ako, eh. Gusto ko na maligo, eh.
Gusto ko nga i-blower, eh.
We also want to thank...
Basang-basa yun.
Ikaw magpa-blower?
Kaya ganun-ganun mo pa.
Thank you, Coach Jeff Cariaso.
Yes.
You know,
Yun,
it
Coach
was
Jeff.
also a good conversation we had. Alam mo, kahit isang linggo na yung emotions mararamdaman mo.
Kala ko nga kanina iyak,
Parang
eh.
malungkot.
Ang hirap pala nung ginawa niya, no? February 16 yung announcement. Alam na niya ng February 3.
Na mawawala na. Mabigat yung dinadala ni
Ramdam mo sa kanya kanina, kausap natin, makikita mo sa mata niya. Siyempre, yung tingin mo.
Nakita mo yun.
Tawagan natin.
Buti hindi nakamas.
But, what's good is, soon enough, sabi nga niya, they'll get into a meeting. And we know he's very generous with information. So we'll get to find out yung mga developments.
Generous yung Titan.
Titan.
Saan daw yung meeting natin sa Lunes?
Pero alam mo, Riggs, mga ka-chasers, ano kaya ang magandang moniker, no?
Ako meron din.
Ay, sige. Ano tayo? Ikaw muna.
Ako, Converge Boosters.
Aba? Ano yan? Vaccine?
Boosters. You boost the signal, Gian.
Rizan, lakas ng tawa mo, ha?
O ikaw, ano? Tingin mo?
Eh, kasi parehas na yung naisip mo.
Ano yan?
Converge Internetan. Di ba ganda?
kayo.
Na-internetan.
I think it's fun, you know? And
Noon, naging word of the year yan.
Natawa yata si Mon Gualvez.
let's see kung ano yung magiging developments.
Una-una
Kasi
dyan, si
again, they
Russell.
said, you know, Coach Jeff said,
Ano moniker
a lot
mo?
of the
Ano
details.
moniker mo?
Ako maisip eh. Titans. How about Titans? Kasi Coach Jeff Cariaso.
Titan size 14.
Yeah,
Tama,
si
ba?
Kobe babalik na sa Nike.
Pwede yun, ha?
Ako,
Pwede,
yung
ha?
long sleeves na suot ni Coach Jeff, medium lang, Coach Jeff.
Ganda yung...
But definitely, we'll give you updates on the developments of this happening in the PBA, wherein the Alaska Aces again was bought by Converge. We have no more time. Sayang. Kasi ang dami pa natin sanang pagkakwentuhan. But we surely hope
Mamaya na kaya si Mon Gualvez.
you enjoyed this afternoon
Kumakain pa naman yata.
as much as we did. Maraming salamat po from the rest of the hardworking men and women of the Chasedown for joining us this Saturday. Ako po si Riza Diaz.
Aba Cordero po.
Waylon Galvez.
Jerry Ramos.
And this has been the Chasedown. We'll see you next week.
Happy weekend, Lizelle.
Bye.
Bye.